a diva, but when you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to the home of the Alabama Crimson Tide, Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. As we'll see the number 9 team in the country, the Texas A&M Aggies, taking on the 10th-ranked team in the land, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. Texas A&M about to boot it away to start this game. He'll bring it out. It's Williams. And he loses the ball deep in his own end. Touchdown, Aggie. He got loose, and it was lights out after that.
And this is why a lot of coaches don't kick the ball out of the end zone. They want them to return the football so something good can happen. So you can put a hat on a football, cause a fumble, make something happen, Palmer, and that's exactly what the kickoff unit does.
Man, I love kickoff coverage units, David, that take pride in their jobs. These guys want to line up. They want to run down the field and hurt somebody. That was a huge game-changing play to not just create the turnover, but to score a touchdown.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Adams. That gamble did not pay. Off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Bunch formation for these receivers. To the air, it's Russell. Gets it to the back. And he has run out of bounds as they go backwards there and just avoided the contact. So now it's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. He moves the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 33.
That's a real good-looking throw-in. I know at Alabama recently they've had a lot of different quarterbacks, and they've also had a lot of different guys calling plays. But one thing that's never seemed to waver is how explosive the offense has been, and the big reason is because of the efficient play they've had consistently year in, year out at the quarterback position as well. They recruited extremely well. They coach these guys up. And this is a...
There he goes! He'll go out of bounds inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39. Alabama with a 1st and 10 here. Quarterback may change this route. Looking to throw on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you can tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
Quickly out to the tight end. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Grab near the sticks. It's Horton. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Alabama comes to the line with a first and goal. Wants to throw. It's Russell. Looking to get it in. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Alabama! Extra point here will give them the lead.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Starts a drive trying to go up top. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Moss. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to get him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to...
Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42. Just a great job defensively, making him go through his progressions, and he really didn't have time to do it.
And that's exactly what you do in zone coverage. You drop in your spots. You read the quarterback's eyes. Make sure you...
Intercepted.
Zone equals eyes. When I say that, DBs, linebackers, all covering the middle of the field. So many guys over the middle of the field trying to take away the easy stuff, but reading the quarterback's eyes the whole time. Whenever he breaks to throw that football and that hand separates from the ball, I'm breaking on it, and you could tell they had a beat on it. Nice cut, nice instincts. Give me that INT.
They'll make the stop, but not before they use the screen beautifully and pick up the first down. Alabama pushing the tempo. Wide receiver going in motion. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his jets. Nice job by the defense understanding it, seeing it, rallying to it, and tackling that guy for a loss.
Looking to throw, it's Russell. Finds his tight end. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Quite a bit of work to do on third down from the 23, and this D would love to force a field goal try. Grab near the marker, it's Williams. And that's where they'll mark him, but a chunk play and they pick up a first down. Looking downfield on first down. Couldn't quite get it into the end zone as he's run out of bounds at the 7. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Might be changing the route. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Under fire. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second. They flipped into the field, and we're ready to play. So they had a chance to talk over this third down play to open the period. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. They stop him short as he was trying to scramble and find his way to the goal line. Don't even think about sending the special teams out on 4th down and 3. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He caught it! Into the end zone! Touchdown, Crimson Tide!
And how about that? His second receiving touchdown of the ball game. Find find ways to get your athletes the ball. They'll do the rest. That's number 2. They better start playing some better defense. Number 3 is coming soon.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Texas A&M offense is back on the field. Last drive ended with a pick. Vitally important to take care of the football this time. They'll leave it with him. Makes it past the marker. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down.
Really good-looking run there. This guy reminds me a little bit of an old Texas A&M Aggie great, Leland McElroy. He was so dangerous in space. It was so difficult to bring down to the ground. All 11 guys on defense had to rally to the football. This guy has a little bit of that, too. If they can find more creative...
Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. Got open on the post and then had no regard for his body in making that catch.
Exactly right. You know you're going to get hit a lot of times coming over the middle of the field, but he runs that post, lays out, makes the play for his quarterback. That's a tough hombre.
And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Dropping back, it's Reed. Tight end finds a soft spot. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. Love the way he didn't just run to a spot. He found the cushion in the zone and got himself open for the first down.
Yeah, and you're taught to find that space. Now, don't run right into a zone defender who's sitting there looking at the quarterback and looking at you. So much creativity with routes now and being able to just have subtle moves one way, come back the other way. Nice job by the tight end finding that hole in the zone.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Looking left. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Going the other way, and he's got room. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. They'll start this drive going to the air. Throws to the tight end. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Quarterback making checks. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Grabbed over the middle. It's Cuevas. Boy, did he look as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37. On first down, here comes this offense. Wants to throw on first down. He's open on the right. They finally get to him. What a play there to pick up the first down.
It is so good for an offense early in the game to get in a rhythm and to start stringing first downs together. It makes the game really easy and puts that defense in a situation where they're starting to get tired. They want to sub. They want to get other guys in the field. Stringing first downs together like this makes it hard to defend.
Makes the grab. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Here's the handoff. And he'll be stuffed. Got nothing. Line of scrimmage still at the 4.
Defense thinking run all the way, and you could tell they sell out. They stuff the run. Now it's third and short. Will they run again? You're going to force them to pass the football.
They make the tackle just outside the end zone, but it'll be first and goal from the 1. Just moments ago, Alabama was feeling the shadow of its own goalpost, and now the Tide generating momentum. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown Tide!
I love running backs that have a nose for the goal, understand how to get there, finish strong into the end zone, know I get 6, and then go celebrate with your boys.
And the extra point puts him on top 21-6. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. They'll get this drive started from their own 26. Dropping back, it's Reed. Oh, they're after him. They'll mark him down at the 37. It's a 10-yard gain.
Well, I think you're starting to see some examples of why this guy is inexperienced than a freshman quarterback, right? Obviously, he's thrown a couple picks earlier in the game. That scramble right there.
And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day.
And I like the aggressive because I understand you're down, right before the half. You want to go get some points, but you can't turn the football over here. Now you've set the other team up in a position to maybe get more points as the first half's winding down.
They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. Offense in an empty set. He wants to change this route. From the gun, looking for a man. Pressure in his face, and he lets it fly. And the flag comes in as this one falls incomplete. Let's see what the call is. And now on 2nd down for this offense. Wants to go up top. Here comes the heat. And that ball is hauled in inside the 35. Alabama quickly back to the line. To the air on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. He's got him wide open. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the 1st down. This offense has been a juggernaut, and they have a chance to pad their total just before halftime. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Bama!
And we are officially in blowout mode. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen so many explosive plays, and they score again before going in at halftime, guys. I'm hoping we can have a running clock here in the 2nd half.
And with the extra point, the score is 28-6. So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. He'll bring it out. It's Moss. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. From the gun, running back gets to give. How about the power there to get it across the 20 and up to the 21-yard line? We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Dropping back, it's Reed. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10. So that'll do it here in the first half. Stay tuned. Halftime is coming. We're just about ready to start the second half. take a knee. Here he comes. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. They start this third quarter in a big hole, and they have to start climbing out right now.
And they're going to have to be really aggressive, Reese. Like this offense.
And oh no, he loses the ball at the end of the run. And it. Some would call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. When you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to the home of the Alabama Crimson Tide, Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. As we'll see the number 9 team in the country, the Texas A&M Aggies, taking on the 10th ranked team in the land, the Alabama Crimson Tide. 48 Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, and guys, can't wait to get this one started. Alabama about to kick off to get things started. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 20. Line. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. From the shotgun, the inside give. He has the first and still on his feet. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. Running the ball's in the Aggies' DNA. I mean, that dates back to the Junction Boys.
It's the physicality. They find those guys up front that can make holes, and I think that's when you see the great A&M teams. Really good offensive line paving the way for those backs and those great teams they've had.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Looking downfield, it's Reed. Pulls it in, it's Concepcion. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Knocked down behind the line. Boy, he powered through one tackler, but there were more there to greet him. The Aggies with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Back to pass on second down. He'll try to do it himself. Almost had a lot more room there, but he'll go out of bounds at the 36.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
I mean, good news here, they get the completion. Bad news, though, not enough to pick up the first down. The target there, he's got to do a better job understanding where the first down marker is, make sure he gets the right depth on his route. Now, all of a sudden, head coach has a big decision.
And he earns a first down, and boy, did he earn it after taking that lick.
You're seeing analytics become a bigger part of college football each and every year, and there is a good example of it. Opening drive of the game, you're across the 50, fourth down, and it says run the ball and go for it. Even if you don't get it, your opponent's going to have to drive a ways. There's still a lot of football left to play. Hindsight's always 20/20, but that was an excellent decision by the head coach.
And they bring the blitz. I mean, you could tell they want to make him feel uncomfortable as quick as possible, and you can see him. He takes off with the football, and they just trying to get to him, try to get him on the ground. But this defense is choosing to blitz right now in this football game.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense. And the Aggies had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. And he is stopped, not getting close to the end zone. Line of scrimmage still at the 3. These fans raising the volume on second and goal. Back to throw, it's Reed. He wants it all. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. He's stopped, not much on the return, but a whole lot in getting the football.
And how about that play by the defense here early in this game opening drive, facing one of the best quarterbacks in all of college football, and they're able to get an interception. That is going to be massive for their confidence in this game.
Gets it out fast. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there. Alabama pushing the tempo. Second down, they'll go to the air. Now he's going to break the pocket. This defense fully aware that he can run. They stop him after a short gain.
There's nothing more annoying defensively than this. You got a guy bottled up, great coverage, boom. He escapes out of it, pulls a rabbit out of a hat. Next thing you know, he scrambles, gets a first down. Now I got a new set of problems I got to deal with.
And this set of downs gets started from the 33, first and 10. Looking to throw on first down. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
Missed opportunity on offense. QB and receiver just not on the same page there.
They're dealing with a second and long. Back to pass. Caught behind the line. It's Bernard. Turning it on. Out of bounds at the 43-yard line after the huge pickup. This Alabama offense is clicking. They're set up with another first down. Motion from the wide receiver. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down. They'll need to show urgency to get another play off before the clock hits 0. Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. They've got a first down here to open the period. They'll move the tight end. Wide receiver comes in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
Gives him the big stiff arm. He goes out of bounds right at the 10-yard line, and the offense can smell the touchdown from here. Gonna look downfield again. He's got it on the run. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Making side adjustments here. To the air, it's Russell. Here's the pressure. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama! Just blinding speed. Speed that almost paralyzes defenders.
When you got a quarterback with that much speed, you got to find tricky ways to put more speed on the field, spy the quarterback with somebody that's really, really fast. And even when you do, a lot of times he still makes plays because he's that dang fast and that explosive.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. That last possession, a prime example, Jesse, of how things get condensed in the red zone.
Hard to throw when the windows are smaller, and that's what happens down near the goal line, David. For this quarterback here, just take accountability and ownership and come out here and lead your offense.
And move on. Like, we needed points. That's something that we can harp on. We'll watch the tape this week, but now it's time to move on. Let's get another drive going.
That last completion sets him up on second down. Running back searching for a hole. Fights off a defender. They work their way to the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 5.
Well, I love the job by the offensive line, getting a good push there on second down, and you see guys bleeding into the second level of the defense getting a hat-on-hat to go get that first.
Hard running there.
They go with the option, quarterback keeps it himself, and look, we've seen this guy on tape, guys, break these tackles and take it the distance. This offense should keep dialing up these option plays. Don't let that short gain by the QB prevent you from running this scheme in your playbook.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Looking to fire. Finds a little space. Breaks into the open. He's at the touchdown, Aggies. Once he got a step, it was all over, right to the house.
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. And these running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy shows you right there, a difficult guy to stop now if you're this defense moving forward.
They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. They'll move the wide receiver. Looking for a man. It's Russell. It just left that pass short. Not enough juice on that one.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Going to swing it on second down. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly. Alabama with a lot of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. Offense changing the play. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. That's caught. It's Williams. Good call, good execution as they move the chains and they have a first down at the 38. We'll take a quick break here. 2 minutes to play in the first half. The Tide with the 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. Gets rid of it. Makes the grab. It's Williams. Across the 50 and knocked out of bounds at the 48. An explosive play gets this offense working. Looking to throw on first down. That one comes out hot down the right side. Fires it into traffic and is picked off. Rams him with the stiff arm. He steps out of bounds, but not only does he get the ball back, what a return to set up his offense. They'll snap it from the 37 for the first play of this drive. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
No more time to throw. Quarterback is sacked at the 35. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Dances away. Takes a hit as he fires. And they fail to hook up on 3rd down.
I don't care how talented you are as a quarterback, but your accuracy always goes down when you get hit. Nice job by the QB, scrambling, working to his right, but he wasn't completing that pass with that pressure.
Couldn't get away from that cover team, and they've got him down at the 23. Opening play of this drive will come from their own 23. Quarterback making adjustments. Looking downfield, it's Russell. Got his man. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1. Looking to push the pace with the no huddle. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Grab near the marker, it's Williams. Offense rushing to the line of scrimmage. Clock is stopped for the first down. They'll try to get it off quickly. Looking downfield on first down. Pocket breaking down. Running into the open space. There he goes. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now going into the half with the lead, with the momentum?
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner will be dragged down. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. He's got an open man. Gets it inside the 40, brought down at the 39, and they can stop the clock. They created a lot of breathing room with that first play of the drive. Now first down from the 39. Quickly to the tight end. And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turf. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Oh, they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go. Looking to throw, it's Reed. Trying to beat the D deep. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Takes it the other way. And they come up with a big play to make sure no more points go on the board before the end of the half.
Well, that's a huge moment here in the game at the end of the first half because the offense is trying to march down the field. They're trying to cut into the opponent's lead, but with that interception and with that return, the defense now, they put their team in an opportunity to pad their lead with more points here at the end of the first half.
He might want another play. Wants to throw on first down. He's going to run it. Quarterback gets enough. And this is why a mobile quarterback is a defensive coordinator's worst nightmare. He has just been running wild all day. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. To the air on first down. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. And that'll bring us to the end of the first half as we head to the studio for halftime. Texas A&M has it teed up to start this second half. And he's going to bring it out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Here comes that Alabama offense. They opened this third quarter on top, and they built the lead on the strength of that running game.
And they made a huge statement, too, just proving to the other team that they're more physical, they're winning in the trenches. So here in the second half, David, just keep demoralizing this defense by pounding the football.
Yeah, and I'm not going to let that happen. I riled up my guys at halftime. We're going to put more people in the box, and we got to come out and meet the physical challenge of this offense.
Dances away to buy time. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
Hey, that's a great job executing the drag route. You just bring the big fella across the formation, wait for him to come open. The quarterback does a good job seeing him, finds him in the hole, hits him. Perfect job.
The give to the tailback. Defense not budging. He's still able to get 2 to the 29. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
Looking for a man. It's Russell. He's got him. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Wants to adjust the pattern. Wants to throw on third. Caught near the sticks. It's Williams. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I think the open one, obviously, the politically correct answer. But you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down.
And there's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out in the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, I got to get my feet set, make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on.
Oh, he's got some space. Third down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football, and you've got to just keep getting positive yards. You've got to keep the third downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the game.
Alabama quickly back to the line. Second down, he'll throw it. He's got his man, makes the grab. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just just a little bit short. Alabama comes to the line on 3rd and short. All down the hill, move the sticks as he picks up the first down. Defense has to be frustrated. The offense keeps matriculating and matriculating and matriculating the ball down the field. Quick strike complete. Oh, what a cut! And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown time! When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
Well, you could draw a line in the middle and he would have hit that thing. And he's not going to take the touchback. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. Looking for room, it's Moss. Good surge up front, give him 4 out to the 18. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. To the air, it's Reed. Gonna let it fly, and he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business.
Man, this thing's starting to snowball now in a bad way for this offense. 2nd interception in as many drives. This quarterback has got to be able to turn the page and make better decisions.
The Tide offense rolls onto the field. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening. Run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have repped these plays over and over in practice and in games, and it's working.
Yeah, so I got to find a way to disrupt it. I got to find a way to maybe be more aggressive, maybe blitz, mess up this rhythm they got going.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Quarterback strolling away from Heath. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
And that's why you always want to be pursuing the football. QB's scrambling, he rolls out to the right, but don't quit if you're on defense. Get somebody after the QB. They got to him, they hit him, and forced the incompletion.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Caught, close to the marker, it's Cuevas. Gets enough for the first down, but not sure they'll get another playoff here in the 3rd quarter. We've reached a break, and Alabama has the lead. And they've built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we've gotten here. 1 quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic 4th quarter finish. So first down, we'll open up the final period. Scanning the field, it's Russell. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. Looking to the big tight end. Good hands in there by the defense to force the incompletion.
You want the interception on defense, but most of the time coaches are preaching, knock the ball down, knock the ball down. It's not because they can't catch. They really don't catch.
Turning it on! He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down.
And that's a big reason why this offense is so dangerous. If they get the lead, because of this guy's scrambling ability, they can just close the door, put that foot on your throat, and not take it off. Nobody was open that time. It looked like he was going to get sacked, and he just very nonchalantly was able to buy himself some time. He gets outside, uses his speed, picks up the first down. The offense stays on the field. They've already got the lead, and now they're just bleeding this clock away.
Under fire! And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
2nd and goal, no dice for this offense. If I'm on offense right now, I'm thinking about who are my mismatches? Who are my big bodies out wide that I can throw them the football and they can make a play over top of somebody?
This defense was put in a difficult spot, but they've made it tough, and now the offense faces 3rd and goal. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Bama! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
There's no mercy rule in college football, man. They've got a huge lead here in the 4th quarter. They are still chucking it, and they are still scoring.
And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the 4th. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. We've certainly seen better performances from this group. You have to hope that they'll grow from this, but this is going to be one that they're going to kick themselves over for a while.
I love the play call there, and I love the run for a variety of reasons. Obviously, you're trying to settle your quarterback down after throwing 2 picks in the last 2 drives, but also you're able to generate a really nice game for this offense. It makes 2nd and short so much easier, so much more manageable. It just allows your quarterback, too, to take a breath and exhale.
And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the 1st down.
Hey, down in the 4th quarter, you better have a dude at the quarterback spot. They do, and they're going to trust him, and he's going to have to continue to deliver like this, making plays down the field, protecting the football, but we know he has the ability.
The pull and throw off the RPO. Powers through the defender.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback, rally to the football, gang tackle, and you're going to win this game.
They'll make the stop at the 42. It's a pickup of 5, and that will be enough for a 1st down.
Well, this offense is going to try and grind their way to a win now, and they're going to start force-feeding this guy the football, too. He's made a few plays earlier in this game, but
breaks into the open. Smashes him with the stiff arm. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Aggies.
I love the execution on that play. Great blocking up front just to get the ball carrier an opportunity in the 2nd level of the defense. And then at that point, it was make a guy miss and use the speed. That was a perfectly executed play.
And with the extra point, they trail by 2 touchdowns, 28-14. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Looking for blockers. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. The officials stop the clock for the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is that much closer to victory. First play of the drive will come from the 9-yard line. Back to throw, it's Russell. They'll run the screen. At the 20, he's got space. He goes out of bounds just short of the 30 at the 29-yard line, and when you're backed up, execution like that at a premium. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. It's complete to the left.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on you.
Alabama pushing the tempo.
When this offense wants to, boy, they can go fast. After the completion and first down, right back to the line of scrimmage for more tempo.
Looking to throw on first down. Quickly complete. He'll be forced out of bounds. Let's mark it at the 48-yard line as this offense continues its work. Looking to throw again. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Rolling, throwing, looking right. And he pulls it in inside the 15-yard line. And they probably don't need to risk running a play here, but the head coach might want to rub it in just a little bit. Might be calling a hot route. Wants to go up top on first down. Wide out trying to get it in. Touchdown, Alabama! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And this offense continuing